Take a look at the tail of the tape of our next contact foe, 68 kilos. Should be a very exciting matchup here. Both guys very, very strong fighters and very highly ranked in the British rankings.
Ladies and gentlemen, KOK Fight Series 2019 live on Fightbox, where in London legendary York Hall, KOK Super Fight, blue corner, fighter representing Poland, Dominik Matusz.
Nice round of applause here for Dominik Matusz of Poland. Lives here now in London, England. Former British super welterweight boxing champion. Also has experience as a pro under kickboxing and Muay Thai rules. This one will be under KOK kickboxing rules here. Matusz shined in the semifinals of the World Grand Prix tournament last year, lost in the finals. It is back here once again.
Yeah, the parent Jim, as I said, very good experience, Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, red corner, fighter representing England, McGrandles.
And McGrandles, his opponent, not quite as experienced under professional kickboxing rules, but still a two-time British champion, a former European champion, has the credentials to back up his success under K1 rules 16-3 as a pro.
McGrandles from England. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, 25 years old, official height 178 centimeters, official weight 67 kilograms. His professional record, 24 wins, 5 by knockouts, 6 losses. European kickboxing champion, British K1 and boxing champion, representing Belgium, Poland, Dominik fighting out of the red corner, 21 years old, official height 180 centimeters, official weight 67.7 kilograms. His professional record, 16 wins, 5 by knockouts, 3 losses. 2 times British champion, WBC European champion, representing KOK UK Gym, England, Liam each.
You've got two very good gyms here in Corfit and Perun, Daniel. So if there's anything to go by, you've got two, as you said, two very good, well-schooled young men, because they come from very good camps.
You can hear the support of the Polish fans here in attendance. A lot of British fighters too have that Polish background. I know that Michael Bisping's grandparent, his father, on a father's side, was from Poland, and longtime boxer Karl Froch's grandparents were also Polish.
At the moment, though, McGrandles is testing Matusz with that rear leg from the southpaw stance.
Neither fighter holding anything back here in round one. You can see the reddening already starting to show on the bodies of both gentlemen.
Well, we were given an education in the previous bout that went to 4 rounds. What do you do? Do you hold back? Or do you go for broke? Is it as bad losing by possible stoppage in the opening round as it is going all the way through 4 grueling rounds and still losing? These two are taking a totally different approach.
Well, Matusz popped him with a left and backed him right up that time.
Well, it was a good counter to the kick, and what Matusz is saying is if you're going to kick like that, this is what's coming back. He's already trying to make Liam McGrandles think that when he throws those kicks, this is going to come back sharply at you.
And look at the way Matusz is up on his toes. He's ready to fire off those very powerful shots. Swings with the right leg, but misses.
And then look, he backs off because he wants to bring McGrandles on, so then he can counter. But McGrandles as well. Nice slip at the head there to get in close.
And the left foot that time brought up to the collarbone of Liam McGrandles. McGrandles comes back with a kick.
This is nicely balanced, Daniel. This is both men looking for the opportunity to really push forward.
And that time a combo that had a little bit more on it that time from McGrandles. Oh, and there's a knee right into that same area under the left armpit in the lower portion of the rib cage of McGrandles.
Matusz was very quick there. He got a left and right knee, one after the other. And this is bubbling nicely, Daniel. I mean, they're both slightly marked up already. They're both reddening. As I said, in contrast to the last bout, these two are really putting power into everything immediately. There's the planting of the feet.
Whoa! Yeah, both these guys know they're in a fight right now, and that's exactly the way they want it.
Yeah, there was the old-fashioned mule kick to keep range there from Matusz.
Upside down and all around, goes crashing down to the ring.
And I like the fact both men are looking to get that center ring and keep it, but neither's allowing the other. They're mirror images in the best way here, Daniel, in the fact that sometimes when you get a mirror image, you negate each other. These two are bringing the best out of each other. Left
hand right down the middle by McGrandles, and Matusz pulls out the spin kick. Nobody home, but these two are really uncorking some very powerful shots here, and the 10-second hammer has really fired these two up.
It's amazing what that hammer can do, isn't it, Daniel? When these guys are there, they're so focused, and still hear that last 10 seconds. And again, as we saw in the previous bout, the last 30, the last 20, the last 10 can be so vital when a judge hasn't already put his tick in the box. But that, for me, was an excellent opening round because, as I said to you, they were mirror images, but it worked in our favour. Both wanted to keep centre ring, neither wanted to give ground, so it was all action.
Let's take another look, folks. These two are really laying into each other, and if they're just getting warmed up, what is that going to mean for rounds 2 and 3?
Well, you saw the power kicking of McGrandles there, and then you saw what Matusz did. As soon as he realised how good these kicks were, he immediately replied with that stiff right hand to say to McGrandles, you're going to take a risk throwing this kick. That's what he's telling him. Yet McGrandles is still willing to take that risk. That's what makes that such a good opening round.
These two really unloading with the heavy artillery here in round number 1. I think this is going to be an explosive round number 2.
And there was that turn there from McGrandles.
Both guys trying to get in that early shot in the round. Neither man successful. The body kicks of McGrandles are just brutalizing Matusz.
Well, he's just started to target the thighs as well now. When you've got a mobile boxer, that's a great tactic as well. And what I like about McGrandles is there's less risk with those kicks of getting caught by that sharp boxing counter. So he's just dropped downstairs.
And Matusz can be a hard fighter to deal with sometimes. He's always throwing new looks at you, giving you different angles, coming in with different combinations and things. But it seems like McGrandles is really starting to figure him out here as the fight goes on.
Well, you saw he threw the one kick midsection. It was blocked beautifully by Matusz, and then McGrandles just went down with the next two. And again, the little oblique kick to the thigh. You're right, McGrandles is changing it up here slightly, and it's working for him. And Matusz, Daniel, breathing heavily.
Yeah, and it's, wait a minute now. McGrandles may have hit him unintentionally there with an elbow. The referee caught it and is all over his case there.
Yeah, it's got to be the back fist. It's got to be the glove. But there's been a subtle change this second round in the way that McGrandles has walked Matusz down and kept. We talked about in earlier bouts the importance of pressure and how it works for you. He's doing this to Matusz now. It's the variety of that left leg. It comes up to the midsection, then it chops to the thigh. That's better for Matusz.
Oh, Matusz, I think, just got fired up there for a moment because it looked to me like McGrandles was just feeling a bit too confident in there and was really starting to think, whoa, here he comes. Walked right into a shot, that time from the pole.
You were right, Matusz, that was the timing because McGrandles was just beginning to take over. And as you said that, I think you were right, Matusz knew he had to do something, but McGrandles is looking to make a statement here in the second round. He really is asking Matusz to live with this pace.
I think Matusz knows that he needs to maybe make a few changes here, and he looks like he really wants this round the longer it goes on.
He's had to adapt because I like the way McGrandles has varied the kicks, and now this time he brings it up head high. He's telling Matusz, you don't know where the next one's coming. If you think it's just coming to the body, suddenly it's the thigh, then it's head high. I've liked what McGrandles has done this second round. And again, that's better for Matusz. The moment the kicks come in, he must respond. And he's got the sharp punching and boxing ability.
Shot. The best one of the fight there for Matusz.
The corner knew it as well. They called him on. And it was just after I said to Daniel, that's what he needs to do. He did it well in the opening round. He did it well at points. He waits for the kick and punches back sharply. For too long during this round, he absorbed a lot of those kicks. But that shows exactly what he's capable of at the end of the round. That, to me, was the best shot of the back.
Absolutely. And if we learned anything from the previous fight, is that the judges will certainly pay attention to that kind of thing. Going back and taking a look at round number 2 action here. Whoa, that was the elbow. Clear as day there. I thought that McGrandles did a great job of unleashing those kicks on Matusz, but something also clicked in Matusz. About halfway through the round, he said, I'm not just going to sit here and take that. I got to get busy.
He realized he was being mugged. Those kicks were going up, down, middle, up, down, and he was allowing it. And you were right. There came a key point when suddenly he thought, no more. And then he started to fire back, and then at the end of the round, you had that perfect counter to the kicks that he was displaying when he was fresh in the opening round.
Well, let's see if Matusz here can rely on that newly found motivation to push him through to success in round 3.
Well, that's all the motivation you need, knowing it's the final round and it's close. You don't need any more. There's a good push kick there from McGrandles. I've been really impressed with the way he uses his legs so cleverly. So technically.
And he's been changing his stances from time to time, and it seems like he's equally skilled with both legs.
That's been the problem for Matusz, the variety, but you're right, he's fired up. He's a different man coming out here in the third.
Matusz showing that Bushido spirit here, feeding off the energy of this crowd in the York Hall.
That right hand almost landed as well as McGrandles came forward. Matusz is doing what he did so well in the first, looking to counter regularly now as McGrandles comes forward. There's that little skip step, so McGrandles is telling you which leg is the kick going to come from. You don't know. But Matusz is willing to trade with him immediately each time now.
And Matusz now able to anticipate some of those kicks and back off. Good low kick there. A little bit unexpected, I think, from Matusz. Coming forward now. He's got McGrandles against the rope. McGrandles comes out, and he wraps him up.
And McGrandles' corner's telling him to go forward. He had his success by constantly pushing Matusz under pressure, but it's a different fight here in the third.
And he's lucky he got that glove up, because that shot, had a lot of smoke on it. And here we go! We have got ourselves a war now in round 3.
Jumping knee and right hand from Matusz, and both land, and then the right to the body and the inside leg kick.
Matusz comes back with a brutal leg kick. Look at that shot, a little bit low, but Matusz looking for some bombs. McGrandles staying right in it, going toe-to-toe with the pole.
Oh, he had to eat a right knee there, though, reddening that left side of his body again. This third round bubbling nicely with still a minute left. Matusz doing the right thing now. McGrandles, for the first time in the bout, having to fight off the back foot.
Look at this action, folks. Oh, McGrandles loading up now.
Scissor kicks with that roundhouse. We've had everything in this bout. And the third round, both men have rightly realised it's close, and they've stepped up to the mark. That's dangerous again. I mean, if he loses a point here, this is it. No, he's got away with that. And I think because it didn't land cleanly, that was the main thing here.
He was pointing at the edge of his glove, the bottom of his glove. Oh! Solid low hook to the body by Matusz.
But he followed that with a beautiful inside leg kick. He's really stepping up.
Backing out of the way and countering. A very back and forth matchup here at the KOK Fight Series.
Oh, this third round is superb. Both men have realised what's at stake. I think they both realised how close this was. But it's McGrandles giving ground again here in the third. Third round for me, you really make the case for Matusz. It's how you see the previous two. Second round, we could probably make the case for McGrandles.
Yeah.
So for me, how you see that first round will dictate this, because for me, I think McGrandles was doing everything right until very late in that second round. Well, the third round, Matusz came out like a demon.
Neither corner, to me, looks very confident at this point. I think they're all just going to say, okay, let's wait and see what happens, and don't take your gloves off yet.
Well, look at this. It was a marvellous fight. And rightly so, they're hugging each other now. They both did the right thing. Now, for me, McGrandles really took it to Matusz second round. I felt Matusz took it to McGrandles third round. We could be going to a fourth round again.
We could be potentially looking at a split decision here. But you never know. Things are taking a little bit longer than usual. So you never know. Rizis Kuzmenka stepping through the ropes here. His suit is glimmering and shimmering and shining, as are his shoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, KOK World Series 2019 live on Fightbox, KOK Super Fight. I will announce the decision of each judges.
So it's
Judge
split.
1, Dominik Matusz. Judge 2, Liam McGrandles. Judge 3, draw, extra round.
Here we go!
Daniel, we're doing it again, and Matusz actually roared and put up his fists there. So to me, I can understand that. You go round one, drawn, round two, McGrandles, round three, Matusz. That's a draw on your card.
Well, when it's this close, what I've learned over the years by working with KOK is they want to see a clear winner. If it's close, many times they reserve the right to go to an extra round, just to make a clear, definitive winner. And so both these guys here are going to have to give everything they've got now, because we've seen so much action in rounds 1, 2, and 3. Now we're really going to find out what these two are made of.
And I really do like to see in round 4 a clear winner where you go, do you know what? There's no doubt now. We didn't have it in the previous bout. That remained so close. But with the body language of the two men, Matusz, when he looked at the crowd and pumped the air, I wonder if that we can read anything into that.
Both men look ready, and here we go, an extra round, 3 minutes on the clock here. As I said, two very highly ranked fighters at this weight class, and two very talented men here who are looking to move up the rankings, get noticed, and take that next step up the ladder in King of Kings.
Whatever we thought about the previous 3 rounds, the one thing we can't deny is they were action-packed. They were superb. Whichever way you went, whether you're watching at home and you went one way or the other, it doesn't matter. It was non-stop action.
And literally, it doesn't matter at this point. As far as the judges' scorings are concerned, it all depends on this fourth round as Matusz got the better of that combination and looking for the body again.
Well, what he did was respond brilliantly to a very good low kick from McGrandles.
McGrandles still looking for that body kick. Not a whole lot of smoke on it anymore, though. Oh, there it is. He still got it.
But look at the difference between the two. Each time he does that, Matusz comes back with a combination of at least 3 techniques.
Well, McGrandles, something snapped inside of him now in the extra round. And now these two are going tooth and nail.
This is hard and very, very hurtful.
That low shot to the body in the kidney area of Dominik Matusz is nothing short of brutality, but he just hit the canvas very hard.
This is a tough round again. I mean, these two really plant their feet and they put everything into the technique.
Well, this is the kind of fight that reminds me why I'm sat here at ringside and not in the ring, because this is just incredible what we're seeing right now. Oh, and a good body shot again going in.
They're making it tough for us again, Daniel. The thing is here, Matusz started to reply with combinations to the work of McGrandles, but it's taken its toll on both of them.
Oh my!
Now that was just a good shift in body positioning from McGrandles from the assault from Matusz.
But the result was the same, a very hard landing on a very stiff ring. Matusz again, closing in, looking for combinations upstairs. McGrandles got caught with a push kick on the way in.
that can be so vital when the judges are looking who's coming forward, who's going backwards, with the aggression factor in the scoring as well.
Inside 30 seconds now in the extra round. Both corners trying to urge on their fighters to give it all they've got.
I don't blame them. This is close again. This fourth round. Oh, spins, not quite lands with the kick this time, but
the back kick has not been there for Matusz the whole fight.
And last 10 seconds and...
Oh, here we go! Oh, Matusz with a switch kick. It's blocked on the glove, and he nearly clipped him with an elbow. Good Lord, what a fight!
Daniel, I still wouldn't want to be a judge after this fourth round. I just really wouldn't. They have to make a decision.
No, under KOK rules, you can go to a second extra round.
Oh, my
now,
goodness.
Is it just that close? I think it is. But you never know. You just never know, folks. We go back and take a look at this extra round.
When you see the replays like this, you maybe veer towards Matusz, but it is close again. I wouldn't want to be a judge on this one. I've just savoured watching this. This has been superb.
Well, either way, all the fans at home and here in the York Hall, all of us are winners here. But in KOK, it can only be one night, one ring, one champion. Have the judges made a decision, or are we looking at a potential fifth round in this fight?
That would be incredible.
Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, KOK World Series 2019 in London, live on Fightbox. KOK Super Fight. After extra round by unanimous judge decision, the winner is blue corner Dominik Matusz, Poland.
We saw the combinations on the replay. That's what sold the judges there. That little combination work at key points in the round where there was little clusters of 3 or 4. You feel for McGrandles, but even the replays we were seeing were shots of those combinations from Matusz. Still hyper close there.
What an incredible matchup we have just seen here, folks. And believe it or not, the best is still yet to come. As amazing, as brutal, as breathtaking as that matchup was, we have still got 3 more fights that are going to blow your mind. Don't you dare go anywhere.
Front to back, in this thing called rap. Nigga like a double rhyme, double on a heavenly level. Back to break, turn up the trouble. Radical mind, day and night all the time. 714, wise the mind. Maniac, radiac, winning the game. I'm the lyrical Jesse James. I got the power.
Sudden change in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. Time flies by.